Hey everybody, welcome back here. We're here with another xCloud video. I think we got like 7 of these. Still in beta. Still in beta. Sooner or later it will come out of beta. So they recently announced that you can play your own games that you own, not through just kind of Game Pass. So currently you go to the website. This is the kind of and I think it's on mobile too. You go to there, log in, and you will have a new option to kind of play xCloud games. I'm still kind of in the grand scheme of cloud streaming. So you got Nvidia GeForce Now, best, and then PlayStation Premium, kind of middle. It's okay. The visual quality and the latency wasn't that bad, and then kind of xCloud at the very bottom, which is like it's wild because it's 720p. It's all 720p, while the PlayStation Premium streaming is like, it seems like 4K, or it's like native or whatever it is. And then GeForce Now, you could give them like $20 a month to be like, hey, you play your games, and it's weird because none of them do exactly the same thing. The only thing they have similarities is that, hey, you can stream. So with the with PlayStation Premium, you're streaming a selection of games. I think they might actually allow you to stream your own games too. I don't remember. GeForce Now is you can stream your own games, but it's a smaller list because it's like now companies are being like, okay, if you bought like it on Xbox, you don't get the rights to stream it, or like on PC. And then xCloud has always been like, hey, it's part of Game Pass, so every game, like a huge chunk of Game Pass games, are on xCloud. And then of course this new stream your own games is part of the Game Pass Ultimate. A lot of people are upset about like kind of the marketing, like it's kind of the same thing that Sony is doing. Why is everybody bitching about this? Because they have the Essentials, Extra, and Premium. With the Essentials, pretty much just some games tied in, and then online access. Premium being, hey, here's your or your Extra. Here's a bigger chunk of games, which is that's what Game Pass is now. And then Ultimate versus Premium is like, here's a big selection of games. Whatever. So we have a huge list of games here. It really does suck that they kind of like, hey, it's like 30. For some reason, there is like 4 versions of an avatar here. I'm curious if it really makes a difference or anything. So I only have a handful of games on here, so it's The Witcher and Metro Exodus. I am very curious of what it means by these two. Same thing with like a lot of these other like different editions of like, hey, here's like 30 different Hitmen. If you also notice right here, there was a jump in here. So I for some reason, like the World of Assassination isn't Hitman 3. It's weird. It's weird. So you can see that like it's not part of Game Pass because Game Pass were right here, and that the check mark means that I do own it. So we're gonna hit this. I don't understand why it's doing that. Still a beta right there. Still a beta. Kind of my thing with xCloud is like, hey, this is novel more than anything else. It's just still like kind of low resolution, kind of really geared for phones more than anything else. Also, to preface, I do live in Hawaii, so that, I don't know. I think that would be a perfect example of like, hey, I am 3,000 miles away from the data center. So I would be the perfect example of like, hey, I'm on vacation, because no one should be playing these like anywhere else unless you're on vacation. Okay. Connecting, authenticating, connecting. Profile synchronizing. Connecting. Connected. Connect. Saving. Saving. Saved. Connected. Loading. Okay. Is some of this okay? Let's see here. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is my second take of this game. I loaded this up. There seems to be some sort of weirdness with the game of, hey, especially with Hitman, because they made World of Assassination what they just renamed Hitman 3 and then started charging a shit ton more. Like, when they announced that, they were like, yeah, this is now a $100 game. I'm like, why? Why is it a $100 game? Because they bundled it all into one game, and I'm just like, holy shit. So let's see here. Okay, so this is all. I like this White Creek. This is my favorite map. Okay, planning difficulty. No shit. But yeah, this does not look good. Like visually, it's blurry.
Whittleton
Mouse.
Creek, Vermont. On the surface, a picture-perfect suburban dream. Wide roads, golden maple.
Okay. Oh wow, that's the okay. Okay. There is a little bit of lag, but it's like, it's not gonna matter for a game like this, where like, hey, you're moving slow. I mean, you are an assassin, but you're not really doing assassin stuff, like, you know, pulling out a gun and shooting everybody. You want to be as like slow as you can, because you're fundamentally in a clock. I am curious what version. Like, what are they? Is it? This has to be a Series X, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's just it just looks blurry. I have a 4K monitor. It's kind of blurry. Like it's showing at 720p type of stuff, but it seems fine. Like if you need to do an assassination. One of the, I think the big games I think would be perfect for this is like Destiny. A lot of like, you know, daily loop games. I'm curious if they'll ever get Warcraft on this. Okay. Yeah. There is a little bit of a delay, but the video looks fine and all that. So we'll just, just hit this button and then quit game. Quit. Sure. I wonder if they actually read that stuff. Let's see here. Go here. And the other game. So there's The Witcher 2. TOO. I wonder what happens if you press this button. Man, that is wild. That is truly wild. That it's oh Jesus, I didn't even notice about this. So here's Motorfest. So here's the Xbox One version, and here's the Xbox Series X version. That is so weird. This is really weird. I wonder if some of these like doubles are like, hey, no, like the Xbox One version versus the PlayStation, the Xbox Series. Okay, where's Metro? Yeah, so here's dude. I swear to God, I bought the gold one. Okay, that's wild that it doesn't show it, but you can clearly see when I pick a game that I don't own, it says show in store required for purchase. And then here's Metro. You own this, play this. And then I can play here. I don't. It's weird. Okay. Now, I've actually never played this game. It's one of those like games of like, hey, yeah, it's $20 for like 3 amazing games, and you play the first 2 games, and you're like, I don't know. Oh God, look at this. Inspired by the international bestseller Metro 2035. Please do not turn off your console when you see this icon. Okay. You know what? I wonder if this is the... No, this can't be the Xbox One version.
I still remember life before the war. I remember that we used to be different. Used to live up there, on the surface. We used to be the masters of the whole
This
world.
Metro series is probably one of my favorite series out there. It's such a great first-person shooter. Very, like, interesting thriller.
And we also conquered the skies. There used to be 7 billion of us. We were not born for life in the tunnels. I was born to breathe fresh air, and I remember it.
This game's interesting too because there's like 3 factions. You deal with Nazis and you deal with like communists. It's
The
wild.
7 billion were wiped out by the last war. Only 50,000 managed to survive underground, with the surface poisoned, burnt, and teeming with horrible monsters. One day the radiation on the surface might subside, and our grandchildren or their grandchildren might be able to return there. At least that's what my brothers in arms from the Order believe. Basically, there was no hope for us right off the start. Still, we humans are just too bad at surrendering. We tried to make the best of what we had, banded together, and worked to make the Metro our new home. After all, it might well be the only place left on Earth for humans to live. For a time, we thought we could make it.
Oh my god, I just thought about like once they fully release this and more games get on this, I'm curious if
Didn't kill our bad
people will, like, you could buy a game on Xbox and never have an Xbox and then just stream it to any device, I guess. I think that's like what Microsoft is trying to do with
In the
like
relative safety of the tunnels, corruption festered. And when danger came from above the ground, only a few of us stood against it. Our numbers
the funny thing is they don't talk any, like, the story doesn't really talk about anything beyond kind of Saint Petersburg. I'm very curious like what beyond that is.
But I remember we were born for a better life.
There's no way like these are the only people on the planet. Oh, it's like statistically impossible.
I don't care if
I'm pretty sure people in the Pacific would be perfectly
A
fine.
single shard of the old world still exists out there. I have to find it. Between endless years of hopeless existence and even a single moment of hope, I must choose hope. I must find that signal.
It is cool too because Metro 2033 and Metro 2034, I think, the sequel, they talk about like some interesting like issues, and then like they both end depending on how you play. Kind of interesting. Like the first one is like you can fire a nuke at this the psychic guys. I forget what they're called. And then the second one is like they just play off like you nuked them. You didn't have to. But it, like the game plays on your actions and all that. Choices, because there's choices and shit. Okay. We're pretty much just going to test the lag here. I mean, if you're not like a snob for visual fidelity, like this doesn't seem bad. I think in the early days, like you would always see banding and all that stuff. 'Cause I got gigabit internet, but still pings make a big, huge difference. Like I have 50 up and 1.1 down, 1.1 gig down. Oh wow, this actually feels. No, it's lag. I can feel it. It's really bad here. That's a cool effect. Yeah, it's the aiming is just not right. Okay. Well, that's actually all I wanted to do. And, oh, Jesus, this map. Oh, shit. What the f... No way. No way. This is wild. Okay. Okay. So now I'm using my keyboard. We are living in the future. It is a lot worse on the keyboard. A lot more noticeable, I should say. But man, as soon as I hit escape, and I'm like, why did this bring up? And I move the mouse. That is truly wild, though. That is truly wild. I think that's like pretty impressive that like a lot of the games on consoles now support mouse and keyboard. And that is just that is wild. That is just truly wild. I know. There we go. But no, I would not. I would controls. Just controller issues. Continue. Send. Like it's still laggy. Like it's still like kind of it's perceivable. It's like really perceivable. Like I have done tons of videos on this. I've tried Halo and tried Rainbow Six Siege, and it's just like that's not fun. But if you wanted to try like maybe like Assassin's Creed or something, or Avatar, what is it? Hold on, what else? Like I feel like some of these games would be pretty good with it. Like Animal Well, maybe not. Cyberpunk, maybe not. Dragon Quest, perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. All this Final Fantasy, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Final Fantasy 14, I think, is very crazy. Because that's an MMO that, like, hey, yeah, you know, you kind of could do your daily stuff. I'm curious if they'll ever bring, like, World of Warcraft to this. I'm curious. Maybe not NBA 2K23. You know, maybe not Motorfest. Maybe The Division. It's a little bit slower. But yeah, that's some games on the xCloud now. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I will. Oh, Balatro. Yeah, this one would be a good one. I've also heard, though, on not really about the games you own. Genshin Impact is supposed to be pretty good on here too. That's on Game Pass. I don't know why. Included with Ultimate. Play with touch controls. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching.